Hello, my beautiful and lovely collective. How are we doing today? This is your girl Kat, and thank you for tuning in to the channel Taurus Sun Tarot. So today we are going to be taking a look at the energies that are going to be surrounding you during the supermoon in Aries. This is a full moon in Aries. The reason it's also called the harvest moon, there's so many different names for it. But really, we're just going to take a look at what energies are coming out within the angel numbers. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that I can hear sirens. For me, that's kind of confirmation about something could be going a little haywire right now, collective. So anyways, let's jump in and take a look. We're going to look at the energy surrounding you during the supermoon and what spirit has to say about that between a few different decks here. Something could be urgent, like something about the timing of news of something could be important to you, collective. Okay, so the first card coming out here that we have is Creativity, number 1515. So let's get you a good view on the card here and let's read it together. So creativity, it says, keep accessing the creative connection that you feel to the divine. The whispers speak through your creative connection, allowing you to express the beauty that is within you and connect you to the love that is around you. So your affirmation for this at this time, if this does resonate, make sure to write this affirmation down. It says, creativity is my birthright. As I express my creativity, I feel a beautiful flow of love and connection. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Something about October 15th could be important. This could be an important date for some of you. It could be the end date of a job. It could be the start of a new one. I'm also getting it could be someone's birthday. If so, in my collective, happy birthday to any Libras that are watching. And okay, so let's dive into the Oracle and see what else we have coming out. Let's see what other energies want to make themselves known. Some of you could be starting new creative projects around, I'm getting like more than just a hobby. Some of you could be starting LLCs, things of that nature. So you could be creatively, I'm getting like creative income, passive income. So you could be figuring out how to profit from your creativity. This card did fall out. I'm going to keep shuffling though. Ooh. Excuse me, collective. My allergies are horrible today. They are horrible. Okay, so let's see what other messages we have coming out for you here. Thank you, Spirit. We're going to... Yeah, that's too many. Okay. I'll acknowledge that love and completion did show themselves. Oh my God, that's so funny. Yo, that's how you know this is your card. This is the one that came out that I put back. So yeah, obviously this is an important message for you guys. So honoring that, heard, spirit heard. So it says surrender, number 43, passion flower. I don't know why, but I just heard like elderflower. Some of you guys could be working on like your immunity, strengthening your immune system. But more than that, I feel like you're just working with spirit, with the divine, and more importantly, your own intuition as well, to trust in surrender, the ebb and flow. And I think with that, you are able to generate more creativity, more creative solutions, more creative outcomes, things like that. There is also 2 black owls in the top of this card here. It might be kind of hard to see, but there's like 2 black owls up there. And I also love the imagery that the moonlight is pouring into this first cup, which is then pouring into this larger cup. To me, that's kind of representing like the moon is touching like your crown all the way down to your root chakra, right? One second. Okay, sorry about that little break there, collective. So anyways, yeah, so focusing on surrendering letting go of what is no longer serving you, allowing for new beginnings. I really do feel that full moons for me personally are all about clarity. For me, it's actually not so much a time to manifest. It's time to see what came of previous manifestations, if that makes sense. For me, new moons are kind of best for manifesting in that way. But that's just me personally. And so anyways, let's see what messages are coming out from the tarot for you today, collective. I love this deck. This is a very different deck. I have not seen anyone else, any other tarot reader use this deck yet. It is called New Era Elements Tarot. I'm sure there's someone out there who's used it, but new to me and very exciting. So this is comfort. I think this is the Four of Pentacles, but I will pause and double check myself there. It's either Four of Pentacles or Four of Cups, I think. Let me get the other two cards out and then I'll double check myself. Okay, so you have 4 comfort, you have 6 victory. This is 6 of Wands for sure. Okay, let's get one last card out here and then we'll clarify. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to honor that because I always finish my shuffles and I always say, like, you know, if something else comes out, we take it. We honor it. Sometimes Spirit's messages don't always fit in the cookie cutter forms that we give it, right? So, okay, let me pause and just double check myself on these real quick. Please hold. Okay, collective. So I did double check. So this is the Four of Cups. Okay, so this is the water, water cups. Sorry, one second. Let me turn the light on. It's actually gotten a bit dark in here. One second. Bro, I'm so sorry. If I was the viewer on this video, I'd hate how many times I've paused this video. Okay. You can tell my ADHD is ADHDing. Okay. So you have the Four of Cups here. I was mentioning how it felt so important to me that the full moon being depicted was touching the water in both spots, right? I really want to say, if you're able to go into like the ocean or the lake, if you are into that sort of thing, if you're able to even just take a hot bath, a hot shower, immersing yourself in water will remind you of the importance of the surrender, the ebb and the flow. Be like water. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. If you put water into a lake, it becomes the lake. So be flexible, be fluid. So with the Four of Cups here, comfort, this depicts 4 baby seals tucked away. This talks about stability and comfort, but it also talks about being too comfortable, right? Being stagnant and stuck because of the fact that basically in this card, the baby seals are tucked away in this grove because the moms are out hunting for them and they really can't do much else. So to me, that says like you could have previously been too comfortable, and maybe that was stifling your creativity, right? So then we move on to the Six of Wands. This is victory. This is being depicted as this person winning a race. And you can see she's like coming in like first place. So it also, I thought that was a Puma like brand for a moment. It's not. What I will say though is really interesting is it looks like she's like celebrating, but it also kind of to me looks like she's passing the baton, right? So you could be realizing and noticing that not only are you victorious over some sort of that's not how I want to word it. I feel like it's not like you are victorious over something, but I just feel like the wands are about fire, right? So I just feel like you have this fire under your butt again, maybe where you didn't before because you were too comfortable. So moving on to that, we have judgment, right? Now, when we see this in the traditional tarot, it's the people coming up from the grave and the archangel kind of making that final judgment call. What I absolutely love in this rendition is that it's self-facing, right? So this to me speaks more about karma. Karma and dharma. If you've done good, good will find you. However, to that same point, if you've been doing bad, bad will come and find you, right? It definitely is very much giving like you reap what you sow, and only you would know where that puts you, right? I will also say what's beautiful in this imagery is that this person, their reflection is being broken. So to me, that symbolizes like, especially with victory, you could be overcoming these like old beliefs that have kept you in this comfort zone, right? So then we keep it moving on to 10 of Wands. This is oppression. And this is actually heartbreaking to me when you really break it down, the imagery. So it's a tiger stuck in a zoo. And you can see the 10 bars behind him. And he looks sad. Like, I don't know if y'all can really get a good image, but you can kind of see in his eyes, like, he looks sad. He feels oppressed. He feels like he knows he maybe doesn't belong in this environment anymore. He's outgrown the cage. Okay. A lot of metaphors coming in here in that way. But you could have definitely outgrown some sort of limiting belief and some cage that maybe you yourself have kept yourself in. Or it could be, not self-imposed, but inflicted on you in other ways. Potentially a job, a relationship, you take the metaphor how it fits. Okay, so what is the advice, Spirit? Let's focus on I was going to clarify, but I think we're actually just going to focus on the advice. So what is the advice surrounding the energy with the supermoon and the full moon in Aries here? What is the advice? Moving out of this comfort zone and this oppression. What else would you like for my collective to know, please, Spirit? 5 of Cups. A lot of water energy. There's that number 5 again, right? So you have 15, 15, 5 of Cups. I'm going to get all the cards out first here. Ooh, okay. That one flew out. And, okay. Very interesting. I'm going to finish our shuffle, see if anything else. No more. Okay. So you have Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I always just like to acknowledge that. So, oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh my goodness, this is stunning. Stunning advice. Okay. Let me scooch these up a scotch. So you guys can get it. I don't know why I just said scotch. I've never said that before a day in my life. Tasted like salt on my tongue coming off. Okay. Coming out. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So the advice here, 5 of Cups. I think it's super interesting that we went from 4 to 5 of Cups. And this isn't even clarifying. So I won't tie too many things together there, basically. But with the 5 of Cups, I really am getting this energy of like, it's okay to acknowledge that maybe something has changed. Things are changing, and I think grief, you should allow yourself grief with that. Comfort is good, and also though it can be toxic to a degree. And I think that's something you're recognizing. And Spirit wants to acknowledge, like, if you need a minute to cry it out, leaving this comfort zone, know that that's okay. So keeping it moving, we then go on to the Strength card. So this is Leo energy. This is one of my favorite cards in the traditional deck, especially because in the traditional rendition, her hands are in the lion's mouth, I believe. And, it just speaks volumes to like this soft, subtle strength that you have. Maybe you're not able to lift like 500 pounds, but like you could be a 5'4" woman, walk into a room and make grown men like tremble, because of the energy you bring, right? It's like, like that BDE energy, if you know, you know. And you don't even have to be, it's not even about like gender, like nothing like that. Like we all have masculine and feminine energy that we can tap into in that way. My favorite new song off of Taylor's new album is Father Figure, because she basically is saying, like, yeah, I'm your daddy, bitch. So anyway, so then we have the Eight of Swords. You have double eight here. I do feel like that's worth pointing out. New opportunities where you realize you're no longer trapped, you're no longer stuck. Again, this oppression, especially with the Eight of Swords, it feels like it was self-imposed to a degree, but I also especially feel like with oppression in this rendition, how it's a tiger in a literal cage, that definitely makes me think that there was some environmental factors, again, work or, even like zip codes, like different like fundamental factors I'm hearing, like, and that could look different for everyone, but there was some type of like systemic, that's the word I'm looking for. Oh, thank you, Spirit. That was driving me nuts. Like some sort of systemic oppression on you that you did not have control of. And of course, rightfully so, that's going to get in your mentals. Eight of Swords. Of course, it's going to affect your mind and your confidence and how you see yourself, how you show up, things like that. More cup energy, more water energy. Not surprising to see that. This is stunning. Nine of Cups, especially coming out of this oppression and feeling like you were stuck, trapped, lost, confused. This to me shows that you really tap into that inner strength and you come out not only victorious, but with your own definition of wish fulfillment being fulfilled. Like with your own version of whatever your happily ever after is, that's what's coming into you. And that sounds super generic and cliche, but that really is what the Nine of Cups kind of represents. It's that emotional wellness. It's that emotional happiness and stability. I'm not saying you're going to windfall into $1 million. It's never that. But like, I just feel like whatever you're looking for out of the day to day in life, whatever your purpose is, wherever your creativity lies, you're going to be able to do that and enjoy that more and surrender to the ebb and the flow. Okay. I really, truly hope that this did resonate, you guys. If it did, drop a like, drop a comment. I will see you in the next one. Bye.